because it's tiny.
I was waiting for you to pull out the camera and like
a vlogging camera.
Then I was like, I don't see it. It's just that little thing. The subway takes like an hour. So usually by the time I get home, it's sorry to say how like the island.
So it's different. There it is.
You have to do that and break the egg.
Wow. That was nice.
It didn't do anything. Oh, okay.
The next day.
Are jet skis the thing where you are like on an ATV on water?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, that is interesting.
That's a lot of people.
Oh, it's like crunchy. Maybe cutting wasn't the best idea, but...
Wow.
It's like chunky.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's better if you do it like on camera.
They're so tiny.
Oh my god, they're so tiny. I thought you were talking about like these.
No.
They're so tiny. Wait, that's actually adorable.
Because you barely need to feed it.
Yeah.
Those are cute.
What?
Those apartments.
Lantern. Are you supposed to look through here? Oh wow. Isn't that cute?
First, you will rehearse, then you will record.
To the band of Mr. Schneebly. This is so long.
Rehearse your third line.
Do you want to go?
No. You have to finish it.
Now watch the scene with your voice on the soundtrack.
Oh my gosh. I pledge allegiance. To the band. Of Mr. Schneebly. And will not fight him. For creative control. And will defer him to on all the direction of the band.
Those are missing.
1975. Oh. That is creepy.
Who's this Val Dell one? I need to remove it. It's like the Flintstones, but the Jetsons.
Oh.
Dang, I don't think about what goes behind like these.
We can go in.
But when we're working, our entire reality is... Who was it? He didn't say! You really notice the tape edits when you do several in a row.
Oh my gosh, there's me.
He has like a secret too.
It's so funny. It's okay, it's too loud.
I love the trees.
I know. Yeah, constantly hangry.
Leave me alone.
Are these actually the streets?
Yeah. This area is called NoHo.
There we go.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh my god. It's good. I'm just gonna look at the hats.
Steaming. I know, that's why I didn't take a bite of it right away. This smells so good. Got it. I think it's because your mom always calls.
Very emotional.
Whenever I see your mom, like I just start to tear.
Like my father, you were like,
Cheers. Cheers. Do people walk across that one too?
It's not as popular. This one's cute.
Wow.
VanLeeuwen, is that it?
I think so.
VanLeeuwen. Yum.
The following day.
And then your dad was like, you better.
I mean, they're potato.
It tastes like the bell pepper.
Do you want ketchup?
Yep, it needs ketchup.
This is so fancy. You get this homemade. Oh my god. Did you shake the bottle? Like the savoriness, the eggs.
I'm ready. It's a little more good. Oh, it was a little more good.
Oh no! Either one of them. What is the neoclassical style? Didn't you take art history?
Yeah, I don't remember. It's just all mixed in my head. I'm gonna go eat spaghetti in Italy. Come on, I'll make you authentic Italian.
Can you actually? You can change the world. For your doll? I'm so cute.
And the girls too.
The girls get haircuts too. Where is my girl Samantha? There's Molly.
Oh my god, I didn't know they had names.
Okay, Look at that banana pudding. What's special about it?
It's delicious.
Have you had it?
29 on it, so we probably had like 20 bucks. Yeah. So
It's not too sweet.
Yeah.
Jane Street. And it is a charmer, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just getting this guy.
The Orange Ferry, it was the tallest building in the world from 1913 to 1930. Brooklyn Bridge Park on your right. You may have heard of the neighborhood called Dumpling. Today, it's going to cost about $4,000. To create avalanches in the winter.
I know.
Is this only non-sipping culture?
Pick the slice.
Anything with pepperoni on it, good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have wipes and hand sanitizer. Never mind, they're all dried out now.
I can taste everything. There it is. Let's see what that is. I wonder if those are custom made cakes.
That's cute at night, actually.
Yeah, because there's a lot of lights too. Wow. And it's rainbow colored.
Fried.
Oh, there it is. Sorry, what do you think? Good music choices too.
This is one of my favorite playlists I've built for myself.
Cheers! Ooh. Okay, you want to get it?
And before I get started, I see you're still working on your appetizer.
Cheers! 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 Our last Michelin bite at COTE.
The next morning.
Yes, you could. Thank you.
Yeah, there's actually, I don't care if you buy it or not, it doesn't matter.
We're family.
Yeah.
This is pork bun, baked pork bun. Look at that. All that flavored pork.
Yours part is better. Yes, okay. Why not?
Ooh, look at those rice noodles. I just want to see what the texture's like. Ooh,
Oh, they made that so fast.
I know. It's kind of like fagawish, isn't it?
Like it?
Mm-hmm. It's hot.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
fresh.
hot.
Ooh. Sorry.
My zip. I don't know, edible bowls. Edible so good.
Cheers.
Yeah, because you only get 4, right? Yeah.
Okay.
I just get the regular, like the sumai, the hot dog, the fried, the sticky rice, and the lotus leaf.
Yeah.
Line up with some lights.
Uh-huh. Cheers.
It's pretty good. Have you always been in PR?
Ooh, it is spicy. It's not unbearable, but it stays in your mouth.
Early the next morning.
Secure the goods.
It's good though.
So you had better?
Yeah.
Oh, bummer. It's okay. That's the one we took.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my. Wow. Y'all are eating well here. Pan rolls. Do you want to try 2 things? You can split it. So cute. Wow. And what's this one called? Hangover.
This is the everything bagel with cream cheese and salmon.
Yum. This is the signature New York bagel.
Yeah, it's like your classic.
Very filling. What's the thing under the bacon?
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, maybe it's hash. That's what I was thinking. And then sausage.
Uh-huh.
Let me orange juice. Orange juice with cheese.
This is good. Very simple. This is smoked salmon?
I mean, I thought it was. It doesn't look like it.
You want a bun?
Take the plastic off. No.
Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh. Look at all those buns.